What's good, Elevators? It's your boy Elevation here with another episode of the JBP Elevated, where we speak on the Joe Budden podcast and all of his co-hosts on and off the pod. So everybody and they doggone mama keeps telling me about the JBP commercial. I'm like, what are y'all talking about? I understand he's doing the billboards for Patreon. That's not really a commercial. And they're like, no, nigga, he's doing real commercials. So I finally see it on my Twitter feed because I don't watch TV like that. I didn't realize how much I just watch YouTube and Patreon. But anyway, I see it come across the Twitter feed. He's on First Take. And he's not just on ESPN, he's on major networks. So I watched the commercial in its entirety, and of course we're going to break that down. But at the very end of the commercial, I didn't see a Patreon.com, I didn't see a Spotify, I didn't see a Prize Picks, I didn't see anything. I saw JoeBuddenNetwork.com. And in the doggone commercial, he's not just showcasing the podcast, guys. This is a big deal. He's showcasing everything. He started off with clips from the podcast, but he showcased, hey, this is what we do over here on Podwise. This is what we do over here on the Ian and Mark show. Made sure he had Queen's Flip in the commercial. Guys, he's telling us all these things without telling us these things. Notice the name that I didn't mention. Now, I could be off because I don't know if I saw the commercial in its entirety. But clearly, I didn't see any money arrival, which is suspect because, once again, he showcased the Ian and Mark show and he showcased Podwives. But I also didn't see Mona. I did not see Mona. And I understand she's a new hire, but she's been getting showcased in the Rolling Stones article. But now that you're showcasing your product, you don't want to put her on the forefront? Now, once again, guys, this is all speculation because I don't know if I saw the commercial in its entirety. I saw a 30-second clip, but that doesn't mean that was the whole commercial. Oh, man, Joe kept warning us about 2026. And this whole time, I've been trying to figure out and put the pieces together like, oh, maybe it's this, maybe it's this. He's doing something with Patreon, and I just kept lining it up with Patreon. Joe said, fuck that. I'm genuinely independent, and now it's time to make the push. For those of y'all that follow the Patreon about 5 or 6 episodes ago, I was getting frustrated because I always wonder why we sign to labels or we sign to these major production companies instead of just gathering all the valuable information. And that's what I thought networking was for. If you realize that these labels are the ones that can get everything distributed, why wouldn't you start speaking to the distribution team? And it seems like they're finally breaking the mold. We always wait for everybody else to promote our shit, and then we get frustrated when they're the ones that benefit from it. I'm calling the same thing out with Patreon right now. But good to see that Joe is bucking the system. Although I will say, all of the shows that he showcased reside on Patreon.com, so take that however you want. But it is good to see that he is funding his own shit. And for him to get major television timing like this on ESPN, it's about time we start thinking outside of the box. They can't stop you when they can't offer you anything. I don't need your money. Clearly, I'm putting it out there that I make $20 million a year on my own, and now I'm funding my own commercials, and not commercials that you would see on a YouTube, like someone like me saying. Nationally televised, and there's a huge difference. Because I've always made the argument, why is 500,000 views on First Take more important than 500,000 views on YouTube? And it's not necessarily that it is, but you don't know the metrics of who you're covering in YouTube. They have a finely tuned system, the Nielsen and all of that, of who is getting what and who is viewing what where. So if you can get different eyes in different countries and different states that you would have never touched, it's a big deal. And Joe is clearly on a press run. The runs that we talk about artists going on his show are doing, he's doing right now for his network. There's a huge difference because he spoke on it, and I'm sure I'll make a video about this later, but I just got through watching his appearance on the Impulsive podcast with Will and Logan Paul. So I'm like, oh shit, this nigga is really out here. He's on Jim Jones' podcast. He's on their podcast. He's making all these commercials. He's doing all these billboards. What is the end goal? And I'm not going to speculate on that. It's the fact that he's trying to get here in the first place. And they've been telling us this entire time. Jeez. If you can't tell, I'm excited. And of course, from a content creator's perspective, especially one that speaks on Joe Budden, seeing him making moves like this, I'm ecstatic because I can cover this shit forever. But what does that mean for the rest of podcast land? Because this entire time he's been telling people that it's dying, all the money's gone from podcasting. But I spoke on this a couple of months ago saying, no, or he did as well. But no, they're not. They're just taking the same people and shifting them from platform to platform to platform. You just have to get up to that level, I guess, or you can just remain the independent route and then watch what Joe's doing. That's why I'm so excited to talk about the business part of what he's doing all the time, because this is opening up lanes for us. And because Patreon itself is starting to receive more eyeballs because people are more curious, like, damn, he made $20 million a year. How much can I make over there? I wouldn't be surprised to start seeing more and more celebrities appear on Patreon. But at the same time, it's pushing my content because I already spoke on the impressions that I'm starting to receive now as opposed to when I first started doing this like 3 or 4 months ago. So as long as we're consistent, you can build a whole platform on Patreon on the behest of what Joe's doing right now. And for whatever reason, we're not putting 2 and 2 together. This is why I'm constantly speaking on it. But anyway, I'm excited. This is a huge moment in just podcasting history. Because what other podcasts do you see in this light? Like, Joe is making a genuine push, and this is something that we should all be proud of. But, of course, you're going to get your negative commenters or people that have nothing positive to say about this type of movement. You're going to have your detractors, the people that thought he was turning Spotify down, being the biggest mistake of his life. Notice how people don't ever bring that shit up anymore. Because I remember I was around when that was happening. That nigga was very prevalent. Or the haters were very prevalent in that moment. They were talking about, oh, he's never going to bounce back from this. He's never going to be able to get another deal like this. You haven't heard a peep from them. I finally saw the Rolling Stone actual interview because, of course, they're recording the interview and then they just pick out the excerpts that they want in the article. And I finally saw the interview. It's like, damn, this nigga's really making a push. And even the interviewer was a fan of Joe. It wasn't just like him reading off the cue cards. He was like, I watched the pod too. So this is a big, big push, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Have y'all seen the commercial? Like the video if you like the video. Once I get better audio quality of it and see it on TV myself, then I'll put it in a video because I'm not letting this go. I don't give a damn. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments though. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe to the page if you haven't. If you have, you already know how we rocking. Yeah, go tune in to that Patreon. Y'all go sub over there. Y'all running it up over there. We're just going to keep chopping it up over there. I got a plethora of topics. I might drop 2 over there, honestly. But I'll see y'all a little later. Peace.